Hello everyone, this is Yavash from PicInfiniti.net. Welcome to another video in the Graph Studio series. In this video, I'm going to talk about force simulation eventually. I really love this feature. It is one of my favorite features of Graph Studio from artistic perspective and scientific perspective. Before I start working with this feature, let me give you some technical information about implementation of this algorithm. Actually, this is an algorithm. We run this algorithm on the graph to rearrange the position on a special way. I will talk about that a little later. First, we implement this feature using D3 for simulation. Actually, if you remember, I mentioned in previous videos, we developed Graph Studio using D3 Canvas and Graphology.js. Both of them support this algorithm. If you go to Graphology.js in the standard library section, you might find the first. In this section, you might find the algorithm. If you want to read more about this algorithm, you can go to this page or read this article. I'm not sure if Graphology.js and D3 use the same algorithm for simulation, but I did run algorithm for several graphs and all of them gave me same results. So I don't think there is much difference between this algorithm, but in the Graph Studio we use D3 for simulation. I use D3 for simulation function to run this algorithm on the graph. Let's back to our work. So this is a paper. You might want to read about this algorithm more. I think this algorithm investigates a simpler way to reach this feature for a smaller graph. But the thing this algorithm do, actually this algorithm apply gravity, attraction and repulsion on the node. So if I activate this feature, as you see, this node attract to each other. So if you have more node with a lot of connection, the gravity increases a lot. So if, for example, you have 5 nodes, all of them connected together, the gravity increases a lot. So all of them attract each other very hard. Let me show you some example here. To do this, let me make it a little smaller, edge a little smaller, and generate some different graph. For example, generate a random graph. Let me go to default setting, close info panel. First, if I disable this feature, I want to first give you some information about why we should use this algorithm, how it can help us to reveal some structural property of our graph. As you remember, I already mentioned in previous video, for example, in this graph, you might want to find, let me make this graph more complex. Okay. For example, in this graph, you might want to find different component. One way is to use this feature and grab and, drag the component here. So with this feature, we know our graph has 2 main components, or if I regenerate it again, it is a random graph. And use this feature, as you see, we have different components here. So without this feature, it would be very hard to find a different component in a graph. But imagine you want to find some structure property of each component. You want to find a different cluster, different group or nodes that connected to each other very strongly. For example, you want to find different clique or complete graph in different part of your structure. This algorithm actually help you to reveal all of this. With this feature, you can reveal different component and different cluster, and you can easily see the whole structure of your graph much easier than normally look at that. Let me show you. It is impossible right now to figure out what is your graph. It is a planar graph, it is a tree, we don't have any idea. But at the time you activate this feature, everything is get clear just in 1 second. Actually, as you see, we can see all of the component, we can see all of the loop here easily. So it is very helpful to realize what is the main structure of our graph with this feature. Let me generate some other graph. I will talk about generator in futures video. I just want to use them to teach you how you can use this feature. Let me generate more random graph. As you see, in 1 second we can reveal everything about a random graph. Normally it would be impossible for us. For example, in this graph we can't see anything here. It's nonsense actually for me. But when I click on this feature, everything revealed again. The best example of this feature is a caveman graph. Normally, if I deactivate this feature, as you see, let me go to connected caveman graph. It is very hard to understand what's happened here. And if I activate first simulation, everything getting clear in 1 second. Let me put it somewhere else. I really love this feature for zooming. Okay, so you can use this feature to reveal the overall structure of your graph. It is very easy. For example, here you can see we have 5 different components. All of them are a complete graph. So it's fantastic. Another thing we can do, actually, from artistic perspective, it is scientific perspective. So I really love to show you because I like it. So let me disable this feature, disable stroke, go to night mode. Okay. Decrease edge size, increase node size, disable this, increase grid size. As you see, they are real, they are like a cloud here. And if you enable this feature, it's like the clouds are moving on the scene. I really like this. It's very relaxing to play with this feature. Let me generate more cloud here. Actually, I want 50. Yes. And it is very nice to playing with this feature. It seems a lot of cloud here. I really like this feature. I want to share it with you. Okay, it is our cloud, so we can play with this feature too. For relaxing, come back to another interesting functionality of this feature. I mentioned in the previous video how to use this feature, these two features, and combine them to draw a tree, but I want to re-mention it again in this video. First, clear the canvas. If you want to make a tree from scratch, you need to activate these two features. Then you can start making your tree with double click on the node. But something is important here. As you see, if you try to click here, it might not apply on the node, but applied on the edge, or for example, something like this happen. Because this algorithm run and render each second, so your graph, when you activate this feature, your graph constantly moving, and maybe it's run from your mouse pointer. If you want to use this feature efficiently to draw your tree, deactivate this feature with F key and try to draw your tree. Try to shrink edge, try to attach new node to existing node, and every time you need to see the current structure, just press F key one time, as it suddenly gets disabled and you can continue editing. So for example, if I want to draw a tree, I prefer to deactivate this feature. For example, I click here 5 times, press F, and it gives me 3. I thought I clicked it 5 times, but it seems I clicked 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and press F key. It should be 5. I don't know. And you can continue editing. As you see, it is much easier, because if you activate this feature, as you see, the graph is constantly moving, so it is very hard to double click on a node or double click on an edge. Sometimes they are very small, so dealing with the graph is much harder if it's moving in each second. So disable this and try to draw your graph, and then press F key, release F key. If you hold the F key, it's constantly re-render your graph, apply algorithm each second on the graph. So it is easier, just activate this feature from here, not with T key, and then use F key to disable and enable this feature constantly. It's much easier to work with this feature. As you see, it's very easy. Let me shrink these edges here. I think I cover everything for simulation, so I finished this video here. On the next video, I'm going to talk about different generator. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with all of your friends. I see you in the next video.